And you watch my live, yes.
Is the plane going down? Are we gonna die? Why are you saying I'm salty?
Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Lindsay, the Housewife Historian, and this video is not planned. There was no broadcast. I apologize. I'm just gonna run it as a regular video, and I will give the room a couple of minutes to pop in. This is just gonna be a short video. If you are here, go ahead and comment. Let me know where you're watching. I'd love to know where everyone is watching from. Today we're gonna be talking Real Housewives of New Jersey. And I have some photos for you guys. I have it all set up so that I am able to show you guys what I am talking about, because of the fact that we're going to be talking a little bit about messy and a photo op that page 6 posted yesterday, and it is allegedly at a gas station, which, why would that matter if it was at a gas station? Well, it matters because in the state of New Jersey, it's actually illegal for people to pump their own gas, right? So let's talk about it. I'm going to share my screen here with you guys, so just give it 1 second to come up. I'm going to hop over to my Instagram page, which is HW Historian with the number 2, and I'm going to show you guys photo here. Let's see. Okay, guys, this is the photo that we get from page 6. There's a lot of these photos. We're actually going to go over the article, but this is what Melissa was wearing. It's obviously in honor of Pride Week, and she is pumping her own gas, right? So there were comments on Twitter where people were saying it's actually illegal in New Jersey for people to pump their own gas. The only other state in the entire United States that has a sort of law like that is Oregon. So it's a little strange that Melissa would be out pumping gas when you can't pump your own gas in New Jersey, right? But there's a reason for the article, and I always tell you guys, take note from Lisa Vanderpump when she told us that when people or housewives leak things to the press, the way to find out who it is to see who the article benefits, and that will tell you who leaked the article to the press, right? So let's take a look at this article and dissect it a little bit, and you guys tell me what you think and if it was staged or not. We know that Kim Kardashian, Paris Hilton, for years and years, we would see paparazzi, we would see them out and about, and we would think that it was coincidence. But we learned that it wasn't coincidence. They used to call the paparazzi on themselves. Actually, Kim Kardashian went on a date with Nick Lachey from 90 Degrees. And when they came out of the movie theater, there was paparazzi there. And he said he knew instinctively that she had called them and that he never went on another date with her again, because the paparazzi are not hanging outside gas stations and movie theaters waiting for famous people to show up. Okay, so let's go over this article. Anyone comments, guys? Nobody's commenting. So Melissa Gorga pumps gas in her see-through rainbow gown. Again, somebody said, like, obviously she's trying to kiss up to Andy Cohen because it's Pride Week, so she wants us to know that she is, celebrating Pride. It says Happy Pride. Exactly what I said. Melissa Gorga is looking stunned. Looking stunning. It's a rainbow fishnet dress while pumping gas in New York on Wednesday as she celebrated Pride Month. See, they're like, see, it's in New York, not New Jersey. The Real Housewives of New Jersey star 44 was spotted wearing the croquet beaded rainbow dress and a yellow Chanel bag during a pit stop on the way to the Southampton beach. Of course, they're going to the Southamptons after they just got hit with another lawsuit for like $3,500 that he allegedly owes an attorney for attorney fees. Like, how are you going to the Southamptons and someone's suing you for $3,000? She's outfitted with a black one-piece suit and an orange, red, pink, yellow, green, and blue pattern dress with the beanie. She completed her look with a pair of sunglasses and a tan wig. wedge. The on display singer styled her voluptuous hair with light waves while sporting a nude lip. Now, here it gets juicy. Gorga recently made headlines for her fashion choice after fans noticed she was wearing the same pants owned by her estranged sister in law and Real Housewives of New Jersey co star Teresa Giudice. The Envy Boutique owner was seen wearing a striped Amanda Upridge trouser to her daughter's high school graduation last week. The same pants Giudice wore to her daughter's convocation only a few weeks prior. What's a convocation? I thought it was her graduation. It was definitely Gia's graduation, right? Um, Now I have to go. What can somebody look up the word convocation? What does that mean? I thought that she graduated. Are they shading the daughter here? Are they shading Gia? The two have been accused of stealing each other's ideas since Gorga joined the hit Bravo show in 2011. No, honey, it was way before that. Way, way, way before that. Way, 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 way before that. Hold on. And then, of course, it gives us a couple more photos. But despite similar thinking patterns, the rock star singer and Giudice 51 haven't been on speaking terms for almost a year. Their relationship fell apart when the turning tables from housewife to inmate and back again, pick up the shade, okay? This is the stuff Teresa gets pissed about. She doesn't even read it, but this is the stuff that her fans get pissed about too. Because Melissa is always shading somebody. When her and Joe are talking, 99% of the time, they're shading someone, but they're saying it nicely and they're saying it with a smile on their face, so it's confusing to people. But once you like see how habitual it is, you pick up on it a little bit more. Of course, everything in this video that I'm saying is completely alleged and fabricated, and my opinion. But she says their relationship fell apart when the turning tables from housewife to inmate and back again Arthur alleged Melissa was having an affair during her marriage to Giudice's little brother, Joe Gorga. Melissa has denied those claims. So they could have said the relationship fell apart when the New York Times bestseller, she had like how many bestsellers did Teresa have for her cookbooks? But instead, they used the Turning Tables from Housewife to Inmate book to shade her. The long-standing feud has caused filming for the forthcoming season of Real Housewives of New Jersey to be put on pause as Bravo figures out how to proceed under the current circumstances. So there you have that. I want to know what you guys think in the comments. Did you guys see Teresa wearing her outfit to Gia's her graduation, and then Melissa wearing the same pants to Antonia's graduation? She changed it up with a different shirt and a jacket. Teresa had the whole outfit. Teresa also, if you look, I can't get their kids straight today. Her and Melania did a little TikTok before they actually left because they were up really early in the morning, and they were talking about what they were wearing. And so Teresa names her designer. She says where she got it. And if you can see this photo, it's going to pop up for you guys. There's just a little bit of a delay. You're going to see that Teresa had the whole set. She looked amazing. And then we saw Melissa wear the pants shortly after. For Antonia's graduation. Long enough after that she knew what Teresa was wearing, right? I mean, seriously. And it was wrinkled ATF. It didn't look like those pants had seen an iron ever. And we know that she allegedly gets clothes from designers and leaves the tags on and then returns them. Somebody spotted it in the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls trip she was in like a blue lounge jacket, and there was like a tag hanging from the arm in one of the photos. So we know that that's something that Melissa will do. In this instance, it looks like Teresa again got the whole suit, and it looks amazing. And I think that this is Gia's graduation. Let's read. It says, "I'm so proud of my devoted and intelligent daughter, Gia, for graduating a stellar university, a huge milestone to accomplish in life. Seeing you graduate college is one of the most special moments in life. You definitely paved the path for success for your sisters, and you're an inspiration to them and me." I do want to say it's kind of shitty of page 6 to not put like Gia's college graduation. They called it a convention. that's really kind of not very nice. Gia has done amazing, guys. If we go back and look at Gia when she was like a child, and if you guys go back and remember how Jacqueline sort of treated her once when they were at the house for all the festivities, they were having like family fun day, and Gia was being an average kid, but Jacqueline and Caroline, for some reason, it agitated their whole soul. And Jacqueline felt it necessary to find this book on like sharing and like basically forcing Gia to sit there and listen to this book. And maybe Gia just didn't want to be there. Maybe she just didn't want to film. Maybe she was just like being a kid. But it was like they were like acting like Gia was some kind of like spoiled brat that needed, reprimanded and to hear this book about sharing and being nice. And she turned into the most successful, beautiful. I mean, Teresa's daughters are like, I mean, Gia is amazing, right? We know that she took on the entire household with her dad when her mom left. She's always been very nurturing to the other girls. We've seen that lots of times, but especially when Teresa went away, and then again when Joe went away, right? So her life is very different from Antonia's life. And that's another thing that I try to explain to you guys. Like, they have had a very, very, very different upbringing between Antonia and Teresa's children. Teresa's children have had some things happen in their life, I think, that's helped them to build character, to be hard workers, to have empathy, to have compassion. I love that Gia is like into law. She is going to be studying, I think, with like an attorney who is going to specializes in immigration laws. And so that is very inspiring. You guys know I advocate and for the judicial system, and I'm in it all the way. So I think that we have to say something about Teresa when all of her girls are so successful and so beautiful, graduating college, all of them graduating high school. Like, your children are a reflection of their environment a lot of the times. Not always, but when they're young like this, I do think that their home life impacts them a lot. So I think it's contest to the sort of parent that Teresa is, just simply by the success of her children, because I mean, my goodness, come on. A couple other things I want to talk to you guys about today. Did you guys listen to All About the Truth? We got the second part of Ziggy's interview. I want to know if you guys thought. Oh, thank you. Somebody's explaining this for me. Contribution is when the university or the school recognizes the student for special honor or achievement separate from the commencement. It's not a slur. Gabriella got special words. Thank you so much for explaining that to me, because I'm like, I've never heard that word before. That's because I didn't graduate from college, y'all. I went to beauty school. I wasn't a beauty school dropout, but I went to beauty school. I went to college and then I went to beauty school. Okay, so I'm sorry, I don't know big words like that. I didn't know anything about a separate achievement. Okay, so did you guys listen to the Ziggy interview? Wow, she gave us a lot of behind the scenes information about producers. If you didn't listen to that interview, I would suggest, sorry, I can see that this little box is in here. I'll stop sharing my screen. I would suggest that you guys go listen to the second part, because she really, she tells us a lot of information about production, and specifically about production and them making moves for Margaret. She basically outed production. I'm going to be honest with you guys. She basically said production shows favorites with Margaret. They eat dinner at her house. They get her the ammo that she needs on all the other women. She does their dirty work. And Andy Cohen has so much going on in his world. Him and Bravo are unable to do anything with production, basically, is sort of what she said. She said Andy is like so big, he's obviously not into the day-to-day operations. Okay. And we know that Evolution is they're people, but Evolution is also Cyrus, and then Cyrus is also ITV. That's what Bravo ends up falling under as it, producer wise, I guess. And so she really says that Margaret allegedly reached out to her ex-husband's wife, which Ziggy has stepchildren, and allegedly Margaret probably got the information from producers, is what Ziggy said. And she said they definitely retake scenes over and over. She said that they will, because the housewives have their own sort of producers, and we know that we've heard Carlos King talk about this before. If you guys remember, he spoke about how he was Teresa's producer and also Danielle's producer. And that's why during the table flip, he like literally slides the book up for Danielle to put on the table, right? So she said that those producers go around and they'll cut, they'll stop filming, whisper something in one of the other ladies' ears. You don't know what she said, and then they'll start filming again. So she said it's very difficult to make moves when you have Margaret, who is again getting favoritism. She's getting a better edit. She's dining and 69ing these producers. They're giving her all of the tea in the dirt because, of course, Bravo is vetting any of the women that are coming on the show, right? I mean, they're going to know all of their dirt. And so producers are able to hand that off to Margaret. Margaret does their dirty work, and therefore Margaret is safe and she gets a good edit. And I'm going to tell you something, guys, that makes a hell of a lot of sense. We've been sitting here wondering why for 10 years Melissa and Joe allegedly have been ripping off the nanny, ripping off the house cleaner, ripping off the concrete guy, ripping off the lawyer, not paying for the patio furniture. Like, car guy was on America's Most Wanted, fake Chanel. I mean, the list is endless, okay? And we never heard about any of it. We never saw any sort of an edit that was not pro Joe and Melissa. I read somewhere where it's very true that Melissa is the villain, but because Teresa, it doesn't come off as soft and mushy, it's like been reversed. Do you see what I'm saying? So production has really given us a distorted view of what has really been transpiring over the last 10 years. And I think that's why fans and people this year have been so outraged and so outspoken about what they've seen and how they feel about the situations, because of the fact that um it seems very biased and it seems like one way. I saw an interview where a couple of ladies were talking about how they hate it when people say, I hate when Andy Cohen gets involved. And I'm one of those people, because the fact that I don't care if he gets up and yells and tells people to sit down and to be quiet. But when you like don't let a housewife finish, like Jennifer Aiden, and he was talking to Rachel, and that was a very disrespectful conversation to Jennifer, I felt like, in my opinion. Um, you can host and be part of it and chime in, but you don't have to be completely like one-sided about it. That's where people don't like it. And Teresa fans, or Melissa fans don't like it when Andy is like that with Teresa, right? When he just lets her get away with it or whatever the case may be. We're not seeing that this season. Again, Ziggy said Bravo did everything that they could to try to get her to stay, and they offered to do anything that they could, right? They wanted her to stay on, but she said like they don't have any control over production. And production is the people that are allegedly, showing favoritism, giving uh her information, keeping her safe, giving her ammo, giving her one-liners, and basically helping her along in the show and keeping her. And it makes sense because she's not offering a lot to the show, guys. The house, I could show you a photo of the house. Somebody snipped it and sent it to me. I'm not going to post it because somebody else's account, I think, got taken down today, allegedly, for talking about the M&Ms. I don't want that to be me. So I'm not going to say much about that, except for the fact that Ziggy has really opened a door here to really let viewers know what's going on in New Jersey. And it's our responsibility now to figure out what she is specifically referring to, or whom she is specifically referring to, and how big of a pool is really going on in New Jersey. Like, how one-sided or unfair or producers, how much of this is being produced. And again, guys, we think that it's all Teresa or it's all Melissa when it comes to the fighting between the two of them, the family. Guys, I tell you all the time, production has a big part of this too, because they're planting seeds in everyone's head to make you think that other people are talking about you because they want drama. Okay. So they're not going to encourage Joe and Teresa to make up. That's why Teresa didn't want them to come on the show, because the show isn't the place where families make up and reconcile. Okay. They want the drama, they want the ratings, they got the producers, they're spending a lot of money. Like, it's not, we could go online right now and all of us blog and encourage them to make up, and it wouldn't make a damn difference, because once they start filming again, producers will be in their ear telling them things to try to get them worked up and get things going. We know it now. They do it in Beverly Hills, they do it in New Jersey. It's obviously, I guess, part of Bravo's way now. When you have teenage kids, you need to tone it down. Highly sexual clickbait poses. This shows she has no talent, just blessed with a beautiful body that she flaunts. Stripper mentality. Yes, Melissa has a gorgeous body. She definitely has a beautiful body. I don't know how or why. If she works out, she's probably works out, and she has, like, she's gotten some help, I'm sure, along the way. Um, Yes, I agree with you. I do agree with you. I think that she just really loves Page Six. And sometimes I think she has to provide them with content for, this is all alleged, and this is just my opinion. She probably has to provide them content sometimes for, you do give me, you feed me, I feed you, right? And also I think that she wanted to get that in about the pants at the graduation because of the fact that people were really, really, really bringing that up. And then also she wanted everyone to know that they were in the Southamptons, even though they just got hit with another lawsuit for like the $3,300 that he owes an attorney in legal fees. So just pay your legal fees. Why are you in Southampton? Please pay your legal fees. Ziggy talked highly of Melissa. She said Melissa was very professional every time that she spoke with her, and anytime they had an issue, Melissa had no problem calling Ziggy. And that doesn't surprise me, that she's very professional, but that's because, guys, how she like thinks she's J Lo, so she's like probably calling like, "Hey Ziggy, it's J Lo. I mean Melissa." Just joking. Um, so that doesn't surprise me that Melissa's professional. She knows it's a job, and she loves being famous. She loves the attention. She loves a whole paycheck spread on her with pumping gas and a little tiny black bikini with a cover up on it. Also, guys, want to talk really quickly before we hop off here about the Trace Amigos. Um, I'm not putting strippers down, but there's a time and place for that lack of attire. Keep it out of the darn open gas station. The Hamptons are always known for class. Gorgas go away. LOL. I definitely am not putting strippers down either. My bestest, dearest friend was, she did it for a couple of years when she, whatever. But listen, get it however you want to get it. Nobody cares, but don't lie about it, because that's when it's like insulting, right? Because if you're a stripper and then you lie about it, it's obviously because you're embarrassed and you judge strippers, right? If you don't judge strippers and you think there's like no stigma to it, you just be like, I'm a stripper, no big deal, or I was a stripper. Anyone from the New Jersey area that talks about this Lakers, wherever Melissa allegedly worked, they said there's no way she was working behind the bar in shorts, like little tiny shorts. I mean, whatever. Anyways, the Trace Amigas are doing a show, if you will. They were in Orange County. The real Andy BH attended the event. He said, he gave us a little bit of information about how it was. First of all, did you guys know that the Trace Amigas were doing a show? I think that's so funny. It is Tamra, Shannon, and Vicky. We saw a little bit of it. They were like in little Trace Amigas outfits, like doing a little singing. But nobody really knows what it's about. I guess they kind of keep it a little bit of a secret, I think, because we don't really know what it's about and what's going on. Um, the real Andy from BH said he didn't like want to ruin it, of course. But like he said, they do give some tea. And Dave Quinn is actually he was like the host of the show. And Dave Quinn is very big in the Bravo world. If you don't know, Dave Quinn is the one who actually wrote the book Roses and Rose about the housewives. And he was a big, big, big producer. And the fact that Bravo even allowed him to write that book with like the tell-all is very crazy. The David Quinn's book compared to is very, very different than Andy Cohen's book. Dave Quinn's book was very good. It had a lot of tea in it. The housewives were begging Dave Quinn to talk to them and put their lines in there and their perspective. Okay. It was a really, really good book. It gave us a lot of tea and a lot of information about behind the fourth wall, right? But we didn't get that from Andy. We really truly didn't get that from Andy. His book was a little bit more fatherly, if you will, I think was the route that he wanted to take. I'm not sure. It wasn't very good, I don't think. I didn't get to read all of it. I read parts of it, but I wasn't super interested in it. Yeah. He also, I think, is cleaning up his image a little bit. I noticed he's been posting a lot with the kids. And today he was talking about his son, Ben, throwing a fit for 2 city blocks over a long sleeve shirt. And I laughed to myself because my daughter, I think, is like right around the same age as Andy's son. And like, oh my God, we go through the same thing. So I do enjoy his little daddy videos, but the book David Quinn wrote, Roses and Rose, is a good book. It's juicy. If you haven't read it, you should check it out. And then also, he said that Tamara did shade Teresa, and his only speculation that that could be is because they want everyone to be talking about Orange County right now. It's airing. We had a new episode last night. I'm going to do a review of it. Um, and so I think that she may be trying to use Teresa's clout, and that's why she always ends up saying something about it. He said the ladies were very, very, very beautiful in person, especially Shannon Bador. And he said they were all super nice. He paid for the VIP, so I think he like had like a little bit of a meet and greet experience with them. But he said it was a really great show. It was funny. If they ever come to your area, you guys should check them out. They're all the way out in California. I wish I was in Orange County. I wish I was even an hour and a half from Orange County. Please take me there. I'm like in the, over here, closer to New Jersey, in the armpit of America, I swear. Also, I wanted to tell you guys something else. Just keeping you up to date here. One more thing. First of all, did you guys know Kim, Kathy, and Kyle made up? If you didn't, they made up. I'm going to do a video on it, but they were in Colorado for Kim's daughter's wedding. And I don't know if they talked prior to that. It doesn't sound like it, but they ended up making up at the meeting, and not at the meeting, at the wedding. Well, prior to the wedding. And Kyle said that she actually got an apology from Kathy and that it was like really nice. And then Kathy and Kyle did a live together, and I think it was like an hour and 45-minute live. They did talk about something about Kim and a surprise, but they didn't technically announce it. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think that they are so off and on. I think it's interesting that they made up now that filming has wrapped for Beverly Hills. Maybe the camera crews and all of that doesn't like help their relationship. Maybe when they get back to the basics and it's just the girls and their family and their husbands and their children, they can figure out a way to get along. And the Gorgas and Teresa should take note of how they do things and implicate that into their own family, so that they can have events where everyone gets along and enjoys them and enjoys their family, and not make it about the cameras. So I think that sometimes we have these moments with Kyle, Kathy, and Kim where it's very authentic, and it's as if they're not being filmed, and you can tell it's just like very, very authentic between the three of them. But other times they go at each other and it's all bad, but they do come back together. And that's something that I don't think you always see when you have a man and a woman brotherly, sisterly relationship. When you have a sisterly relationship, I think you can fight a little bit more and come back from it, and fight and come back from it. But when it's like brotherly to sisterly, for some reason, it becomes a little bit more complicated. And I think that's what we're seeing in New Jersey. Again, it's disappointing because they've already wrapped filming for Beverly Hills, which means we're not going to be seeing her. I did see an interview of Sutton talking about the drama. She's like, I know everyone said Lisa's not here, so, but there's plenty of drama. Okay, Sutton, if you say so. I don't know what else to tell you, ladies. Like, I just can't. All I can say is, Dorito, pay your homemade health nurse. You were $300. Like, I'm tired of reporting on lawsuits for less than $4 or $5,000. You guys make millions of dollars through endorsements and paychecks through Bravo. Pay your people. That's all I have to say today. Pay your people. Oh, last piece of tea. Allegedly, because Vicky must have been on the All Housewives girls trip with Brandy and Caroline when everything happened. Do you guys remember? Remember, there was like a whole thing. Caroline flew home and there was a whole HR investigation, and Brandy like had not spoken out, but then she just spoke out recently and said that it ruined her life, that she was, it basically ruined her life, these accusations. And I think that Bravo is like done with their HR investigation. I don't know if they're just editing, or I don't know if we're gonna get that season of Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. I don't know what they're gonna do. Also, it was said that basically it was the general consensus that the worst housewife ever for Orange County was Gretchen Rossi, except Shannon Bedore said that it was actually Patty for her that was the worst housewife ever for Orange County. But Vicky did bring up the Brandy Glanville thing, and she seemed very like it wasn't Brandy, if you kind of get what I'm saying. I hope that Brandy gets vindicated. If this didn't happen and maybe Caroline was drunk and confused, and maybe Brandy was a little bit too um, whatever with her. Was it producers? Was it the alcohol? Was it the belly dancing? Like, it could have been a multitude of things. Maybe they should just, I don't know what happened, but it does seem crazy that Caroline, she flew home, HR investigated, and then allegedly there could be even a potential lawsuit. So that's why a lot of people are saying that we won't ever see Caroline back on the Real Housewives of New Jersey, because if she sues Bravo, they won't work with her anymore, just like they did with Nene. It's interesting because Caroline just posted a video from her home. It looked like all of the family was there. They were cooking, they were drinking. Lauren was there. She was very tiny, very slender, very, very slender. She has said that she's openly on Ozempic. Um, she says Kyle already had an apology from Kathy at her house when Renna came, and Kyle shut the door on Kathy while she was still talking. Kathy don't trust her. I don't think Kathy trusts her. No. I think, but I think that you can still love someone and not trust them. You can love someone and not like their character defects. Um, it's important that they take accountability for them, for your relationship to grow. But if you have someone that doesn't take accountability, you make a mental note of that. You protect yourself. You keep healthy boundaries. And you can still try to love them and have some sort of a relationship with them, because you know, it's your sister, right? They only have each other. They've always seem very, very, very devastated when they speak about their mother and her passing. They always cry. Like, they very much love their mother. They very much missed her. They go to the desert every Easter because that's what they used to do with their mother. So I think that they need each other in a way because of their mother uniting them, but at the same time, money, fame, all of that like comes with a hefty price. And you have to remember, when Kyle started the show, she didn't have money. Kyle was shopping at Target every single year that Kyle's been on the show. Her and Mauricio have doubled their net worth. Doubled their net worth. Don't forget, Mauricio is not free from lawsuits either, guys. Don't you remember the lawsuit that he had on that house in Malibu? What was it, like 30 million he had made? They had like allegedly shorted the Nigerian government, and he sold it to a friend and then resold it, and they made like a $30 million profit off of it. Don't forget the items that were the documents that were sent to the courthouse with the allegations about the spelling manor, Candy Spelling's manor, and the selling of it to a private business LLC linked back to the Girardis. Mauricio's name was in that as well. I mean, they weren't like poor compared to us, but they were poor compared to Beverly Hills. Like, oh, look, she's at 100 million now. Kyle Richards, an American actress and reality star, worth 100 million. Let's see what she was in 2010. It's probably not even true. I can't find anything old. Let me see here. It's like you got to go back. They don't want you to remember that they were poor. They don't want us to remember that Kyle didn't have any money when she came on the show. Oh, let's see. She would talk about, okay, 2010. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it was 2010. I'm telling you guys, she did not have a lot of money. That's why there were issues with the house in Palm Springs. And Kim was like, you stole my goddamn house. There were issues with that because it was like the mom had left it to all three of them or to two of them. And they were trying to buy each other out because I think Mauricio and Kyle ended up selling the house. So they wanted to buy the sisters out. And I don't know what happened, but Kim said, you sold my goddamn house. Okay. Probably because they didn't have the money to really like buy her out. So who knows what they did? That would be my assumption. They just did whatever they wanted, or they waited till it sold, or they said she couldn't manage her money. You know how all that goes. Oh, it's not going to really give me something old on her or their net worth, which is a little strange. I'm telling you guys, they were shopping at Target and her and Mauricio both had the real estate license. P.S. They both had the real estate license. They got them together. Oh, let's do the stunning transformation of Kyle Richards. It sounds interesting. This is from 2019. It's like, oh my gosh. This is very much her. Oh my goodness. I mean, they did have, I think that he came from money. So let me explain. So Mauricio definitely came from money. His family are very rich. Not that there's anything, I don't care who you support politically, right? But they were very big in supporting their people politically, whoever that was. Like some people don't rep one way or the other, and some people are strong this way or strong that way. They were just strong in whatever the way it was that they felt right in. And yeah, so people were really kind of a little like raising their eyebrow, especially because of the immigration laws, right? And Mauricio's family, I don't know if they came, I think I mean, they are dual citizens of Mexico because of his um nationality and his citizenship. So I'm not really sure if they came from Mexico or not, but Mauricio has mentioned that before on the show. Green Door, Bravo or production investigating. If you're talking about the Brandy Glanville situation, they've already wrapped up their investigation, according to Brandy Glanville. And she said that, like, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, when she said that it ruined her life. If you guys don't remember, Caroline did a podcast on the Two T's in a Pod, and Brandy went on Teresa's Namaste Bitches podcast. She was on Juicy Scoop. I want to hear her on Juicy Scoop. I really wanted to see about money. When Richards and Umansky first got married, they shared a tiny condo with Farah, so it's important for the reality star to instill the value of money in her daughter. Speaking to E! News in 2014, Richards explained, I do explain to my children, you're very fortunate. Not everyone is as fortunate as this, and you know it's very important to give back. They see Mauricio and I giving back, and we take them to things to show them and get them involved. So I just think it has to be an open conversation, not just talk about it, but also get out there and see them doing things. Yeah. Then she did the American Woman thing. Oh my goodness. This is like, that was like her whole biography. My goodness. That was terrible. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to find something for you, but I'm not going to be able to, I guess. I wanted to find something from a little bit older than 2018, but it doesn't look like I can find anything. You know, they scrub it all off the internet. They don't want us to know. Just joking. I don't know why I thought Mauricio was Egyptian. Ella. No, he actually is I think he's Mexican. I mean, he may have other nationality. I mean, I don't know all. I just know that there was a scene where they were at dinner at home and they were talking about getting dual citizenship because he was opening a business down there because you guys know he has like the agencies all over the place. And so they were talking about the dual citizenship. So that's why whenever um people were surprised by the parents because Mauricio's parents were supporting someone that people thought wasn't really like helping integration. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys. Well, I'm going to wrap this up. I was really trying to find something on here for you guys, but it doesn't look I'm going to be able to, but I'm going to keep looking. If you guys find anything, let me know. I love your DMs. I love the information you guys send me. I appreciate it. And I wanted to just hop on and say hello to you guys, give you guys the info on Melissa. I'm going to do a couple short videos, and then also I'm going to be reviewing Orange County and Atlanta. So make sure you stay tuned, hit the like button, subscribe, turn your notifications on, and have a great day. Bye, guys.